everyone, this is Amy. I'm excited today because I received my final ISSA Elite Trainer Certification. In order to do this, I had to take 3 courses: the Certified Personal Trainer course, the Nutritionist course, and I also had to take a specialization course, and I got to choose. So because I primarily work with young figure skaters and hockey players, I decided to take the youth trainer course. But today I'm going to talk to you about ISSA Certified Personal Trainer course that I took, how I passed it, how I studied, what I thought of it, why I decided to take it. And if you're new here, be sure to like this video and subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified when I post the other videos with my reviews of the other courses. So I decided last August to switch from ACE to ISSA. And the reason I did that was I had studied through all the ACE material, and it seems like a lot of memorization and not a lot of applied knowledge. So I liked the way ISSA ran their programs because it's not just the questions, it's also essays and case studies. And I really liked that approach. And that for me was the deciding factor of why I decided to go with ISSA. Now, since I enrolled in the ISSA Elite Personal Trainer Certification last August, I understand that they've made some changes to the program, and now it's an untimed exam from home that's open book with no essay questions. So I don't really know how I feel about that. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to do it with the essay questions and not wait for this change that I didn't even know happened until after I took the exam. So basically, I studied through the book, and this is the book. It's a very big book. And studied through the book. I completed the entire study guide, and I actually printed out all my quizzes, and I put my quizzes in here as well. So the way it works is there's a guided study, and it will tell you what chapters to read for that week. The course is set up as a 10-week course. Now, I didn't take 10 weeks to take it because I waited until we were in quarantine, and then I basically took 2 weeks to take it. So I did things a little differently than it's set up for. I had intended to do it last year. Like I said, I had enrolled in August and didn't get around to starting it until March. But I did start it, I did finish it, and I did really, really well on the exam. So I followed the guided study. What I was trying to do, because I didn't have 10 weeks to get it done, I didn't know how long I would have to study before I had to go back to work and getting busy again. And that's why I didn't finish it in the first place when I enrolled last August, was I just got busy. And that happens sometimes. So since I thought we were only out for 2 weeks, I decided I was going to do, it turned out to be 4 months, but I thought it was 2 weeks. So what I decided to do 1 week every day. Instead of 10 weeks, I did 10 days of study. So I read through the chapters that it said for the week. I read through those chapters that day. I watched the videos that are also audio lectures if you prefer to do that. For instance, if you're driving in your car a lot, you might want to download the audio lectures and put that on. And then I did every worksheet in the workbook and took every quiz. You're actually not allowed to take the exam until you complete every quiz. So you have to do the quizzes. It's required. You can't unlock that final exam until you do. Now, the final exam is a combination of true and false, calculations, exercises, and matching. And then when I took it, there were 6 learning experiences. And those are the essay questions, and they're 20 points each. And in addition to that, there are 2 case studies, and you're given different case studies. You don't know what the case studies are that you're going to get until you get into the exam and unlock it. So you can't really prepare that ahead of time. And unlike a lot of courses, ISSA is open book, it's untimed. I think I took literally 4 days maybe to do the exam. So I took my time with the true and false and multiple choice. Anything that I was sure of right away, I answered. Anything I wasn't sure of, I didn't answer, and I went back and looked it up. The same with the calculations and the exercise examples and the matching. If I wasn't sure, I could go back and find it in the text, which actually is a really great way to review the text and make sure that you actually know everything that you think you know. Because a lot of times I thought I knew the answer, and it turned out I did, but I didn't mark it because I wanted to double check it. And then the 6 learning experiences, when I enrolled in the course, these are actually part of the guided study. So in certain weeks, they'll give you a guided learning experience that you have to write an essay question on. And my essay questions, I can tell you what I did, because you do have some choices. So the first week, you're just required to get your CPR certification. I already had my CPR certification. It's not required to be a figure skating coach, but it is required to be a rated figure skating coach. So I had to have that in order to pass my ratings exam. So I had that already, and I actually had got that when I still intended to take the ACE course. So for the first learning experience essay, I defined the 3 energy pathways. And at some point I might post these on my blog. And they're required to be at least, I think it was, is it 250 or 300 words? I did 776 words. My second learning experience was a posture test on a friend and yourself. And that one came to 714 words. I was trying to be very detailed because what I had heard about ISSA was that it's really hard to pass the essays. The third one, I had to analyze the concept of stretching. And that was 1,080 words. For week 6, I did my essay on periodization, and this was 1,059 words. Week 7, I did nutrition, and this was 971 words. And like I said, I might post these on my blog at some point in the future, so maybe have a look out for that. The last one, for week 8, I did about the benefits and risks of exercise in youth, because that's something that I need to use all the time. And this, I did 1,106 words. And then for my case studies, I had, let's see, I was very thorough, which is apparently what they like, because I did well, and I will tell you what my score is in a minute. So I had, my first case study was on a 53-year-old female with a 90 beats per minute heart rate, 5'5", 165 pounds, 35% body fat. So I had to do a case study on how I would train her. And I was extremely thorough, and I wrote it as a narrative. So I wrote it like it was a story, as if she called on the phone, what happened next. So I didn't just say this is what I would do, I said this is what I did. And I was extremely thorough, so much so that my essay was 15 pages and 6,500 words. My second case study was a very similar person, and I was actually kind of surprised. She was a 37-year-old female with a 75 beats per minute heart rate, also 5'5", 165 pounds. And this one was 12 pages and 5,172 words. So as you can see, those were very, very thorough case studies. And I know that some people have said in other reviews online that they don't know why they weren't graded well if they were so thorough. They said, I went to the machine and I did this. And I worked for many years in marketing and PR. So I basically copy wrote for a living. So maybe that's why I did better than some people have said they did. So now I'm going to tell you what my grade was. They give you feedback, which is actually really nice too. On the true false, multiple choice, and practical illustrated multiple choice. So that's the matching exercises and calculations. I received 304 of the possible 320 points in that section. And the long essays, and that was the 6 essays I had to write that weren't case studies, I received 113 of the possible 120 points. So I did really, really well there too. Now the case studies, this is how ISSA says they gauge the potential trainer's ability to develop a personalized, rational, and comprehensive program for future clients. So I received 160 points out of a possible 160 points. So my case studies were a perfect score. And overall, my final grade was 577 out of 600 points. So that's a 96% final grade. And I was really happy with that because I was thinking, from everything I had heard, I thought it was going to be so hard, and it was difficult. It was challenging. I felt it was really important as a figure skating coach and a skating coach in general to have a good understanding of personal training and be certified in it. A lot of coaches do train their skaters off ice, but they don't have any certifications in that. So I feel like it's really important that any coach in any field that is training, doing strength conditioning and personal training, should be certified. There are no rules or laws about this, and maybe there should be, but it's up to us to get our own professional development and education, and I'm really glad I did. And I'm really proud that I completed this in the first 2 weeks of the stay-at-home order, because then I was able to go on and finish the youth fitness certification as well as the nutrition certification. So I'm gonna do reviews of those coming up. So remember, if you like this video, please like it down below, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Make that red box that says subscribe, make it go gray, and right next to that, hit the bell icon. And if you're interested in being a personal trainer, I have a code below where you can receive $100 off from your ISSA certification. And there's no strings attached. If you just click that link, that will give you the special discount so that you can do that too. That's all for now. Look for my upcoming videos and let me know, what are your questions? So leave your comments below and tell me like what you thought about the ISSA personal trainer program, or if you have any questions about the exam, go ahead and leave a comment below and I promise I will respond. Stay safe and have a great day, everyone. Bye.